What's up there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Anomalies channel. Hope everybody's doing good today. I've got kind of a pretty cool video for you guys. Besides just simple rocks, and I've always said this, guys, I mean, this rover's not here just to simply, just lollygag around the surface of Mars. There's a reason why these things are here. When I say things, because they had the opportunity as well as Spirit rover in the 2004-2005, and now we have Curiosity. So these things are not just multi-million-dollar machines. They're just going to say, hey, just go up there and just roam around and just take a couple samples of the dirt. I don't believe that's why they're there, and I've said this before, but if you're new to my channel, this is the reason why I'm saying it again. Again, things are not always what they seem. I'm going to show you what looks like a couple rocks, but I also have some pretty cool things in the background that appear to be nothing until you get deeper into the picture. Then they just go, whoa, you're just kind of like, what is that kind of thing? So I'm going to show you we can get this. And here's the picture right here. And this is from, and you can see it right here, your JPL and NASA site. This is the picture you'll be getting. This is from Sol 101. And this was on Curiosity rover, so we're going back some time here. And this picture's been done many times before. And you guys are going to notice this right off the bat when I jump into it. The infamous little cube, or whatever the heck they call it, which is right here. But let me see, right here. Here's that little cube, or whatever that's supposed to be. Now, there's two ways of looking at this picture, and I'm going to show you that when I go to the picture that I've done up, that I threw in Photoshop. Because it looks like it slants down here. It's in the ground, of course. And then it goes like this here, but it looks like it actually folds around and then stops here. And that this is behind this actual pot. If that's true, then is it possible this is a bent piece of steel? Because if you look closely, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, it looks like it has whoops, my bad. It looks like it has three different, what look like holes or like part of a bracketing. I don't know what you would call it. But look at 1, 2, and then 3, and it looks like it follows it all the way around and comes down. So now is it possible that that rock is actually hidden, this square piece is actually hidden behind this actual piece? It depends on perception and just how you look at these things. But I want to show you something that's a little bizarre too. I don't know if these are actually inverted. And I'm going to show you why, because there's things on this, like right here. There's something right next to that. And obviously you're going to say, dude, that looks like a rock. And you're right. Just stick with me. I'm going to show you why. There's several other things in here. Like in the bottom here, I'm going to get to these. Here, this rock here, and you notice I am saying rock, here, and this one here. These appear to have patterns on them. Now, you don't notice that right now, but when I invert them, they become pretty clear. You're going to see that it doesn't look like just some simple line, like a squiggly line. It actually has a pattern. And this big rock here actually looks like it has a word written on it. And I don't mean printed, I mean written on it. And it looks like it has a capital C. You can almost see it here. Right there. It goes like this, comes down, and then it looks like there's a word across, and then there's a pattern. And this one also has that pattern. This one, not so much, you can't really make out, and it's kind of understandable. There's many things in this picture. Now, here's... keep hitting that button by accident. Sorry about that, guys. Right here, there's what looks like another block or something right there. See that? Or maybe it's just the way it's coming across this other part of this ground in the back. But it looks like something like it was part of a foundation or something, like the corner of something maybe. But it does look kind of squarish or blockish at, a little bit right there. And what else here? We got this. I mean, it's just, man, the pictures are so bad quality that you just can't make out anything sometimes in these pictures. But you can see there's like this small rounded things or different shaped things as opposed to just simple rock. At least that's the way I'm seeing it. Right here, like these nice lines. People are like, well, it's shale and some kind of, part of surface of the crust. Yes and no. I'm not denying that. Of course it could be. You know what I mean? But it looks like you can see where they did that digital pixelation thing going on here. And look how it's just perfectly straight. Then it looks like there's another one on top of that. This looks like rock. That I get. This, when it's completely, like, really detailed, it's really hard to tell whether that's a rock or not. This over here doesn't look like much now, but when I see how that just looks weird, like a cutout, as opposed to what I'm going to show you after, let's just put it this way. As goofy as this sounds, this is going to look like it's actually hollow. Like, you can actually see holes in this, and I'm going to show you this, as wild as that sounds. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Okay. Now, there's some other things here, and I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but I'll show it a little bit more in depth here. I'm not going to spend all that much time here, but let me just back out a little bit. Now, what I want to show you, too, is I want to get you guys' input on this, is because I always tell you guys, anytime something is highlighted or, been blurred out and kind of looks pixelated, you should go after that thing like a pit bull, because chances are it's been manipulated somehow. Different ways, but they do it regardless. This area here, it had me thinking right off the bat, because you look at this area right here, it looks like some kind of weird something or other going on here, but I'm not going to give it away right away because, like I said, I'm going to show you a little bit more in depth, and then I invert that. Same thing with this over here, and I'm going, why does it look like some kind of weird arch? And there's something else in front of that. Well, they don't look very clear here. When you invert, this is what's really odd. Why is it that when you invert some of these pictures, they look crystal clear? And then when you look at it normally like this, it just looks like absolute crap. So it makes you wonder if they're already inverted to begin with, and then they just lay a color over it, because all they gotta do is take a black and white picture, invert it, throw some color over it. I mean, come on. They could just throw any kind of color, and because if it's a darker area, all they gotta do is just like contrast. It'll be like auto contrast, or it'll be like darker in some areas and lighter in just some others. I don't know. The tools they probably got to manipulate these things is probably ungodly. We just don't know. They probably laugh at Photoshop and go, ha, 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 look at these little tools these guys have. So, yeah. Anyway, let me back out of that. And, of course, like I said, this is an older one. This is from Salvo 101, and it's from the right mast cam. So, and like I said, this has been done before, but there's a couple things I want to show you on this. Okay, let's jump into this here. Now, immediately what I do is, this is the standard picture right here. This is your base picture. And then I immediately go into inverting. So you guys can see right off the bat. Now I'm going to get to these little rocks first. This is the ones I wanted to show you right off the bat. So we're going to drop down here to this one here. And this one, not so much. You really can't see too much in this one. But this one here, now it does look like rock. And I think you'll all agree. Until, like I said, you get into this stuff. Now watch this. Now I'm just going to invert it. Why does it suddenly look like there's a pattern in this? Here's that big rock. Looks like it's got this weird pattern and goes down. Goes like this here, and this one goes around. Looks like it's got this weird writing on it going across. The one on the left here looks like it's got this weird right here, and it looks like it's rounded right here, and then 1 and then 2. It doesn't look like a squiggly line to me, like it'd be like some kind of just, you know what I mean? Like it's just like it's pixelated out, and you just don't notice too much of it, but when you invert, suddenly everything looks, I don't know if I'd say natural, more natural, but it looks like it's more clearer. And it doesn't look so, come on. That's not just a squiggly line. That's like it's got this crown kind of thing going on. And it looks like I said, it looks like it's got this weird writing or something on it, and it looks like it goes across. Again, you look at this rock on the left, and I'm going to just concentrate on that rock and know what it does. See how it just looks like just a sloppy-looking pixelated rock? Well, then, like I said, you know what I mean? So I thought that was pretty odd. You could just see that. It just stands right out. There's some other parts here, too. If you guys look around, there's like circles here and other stuff. Look at right here at the base of this thing. It's rounded at the front, and then it comes down, and I can't tell what any of that stuff is there, but you look at right here, you go, well, I don't see it. Well, that's because you can actually see it's all pixelated right here. So I'm wondering if these are all, it's hard to tell, man. You just don't know what these guys are crafty, man. You don't know what NASA's up to here. I'm wondering if this is the real deal here. And, of course, there'll be a lot of manipulation, so nothing will be super clear. We know that. Okay, let me go up to that little cube I told you guys about. Well, I showed you guys earlier. Of course, you guys have seen this many times. But right here. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more bizarre, because I want you to concentrate on this right here in the middle and that little cube. Now, I'll show you what I mean by this. This side here looks a little higher than this one. Like, this is just behind this actual, I'm going to call it a bent piece of steel, for lack of better words. I don't know what it is. But see how it goes around right here? It looks like it's slightly higher than the back one. See that? And it kind of looks like it's like it's been bent. Now, this down here is nothing more than shadow. See it? That's why you're seeing that kind of weird V shape. But concentrate on right here, around. And it looks like it appears to be higher, slightly higher than the rest of this cube right here, or what looked like a cube. So it's hard to tell. It depends on your perception. Now, this is what I was talking about right here. This looks like some kind of weird round ring right here. See how it just looks pixelated. It looks like garbage. When you flip the picture, suddenly it looks nice and crystal clear. Nice round piece of steel goes around. But look how it looks like it's hollow inside. See all of that? Like it. And now if you go to this side over here, this other piece of steel, look at it. It looks like it's kind of rounded, and then it goes right down, and then there's another piece right here. It almost looks like this whole ground is hollowed out, and is something more to it than just what they're showing. I honestly don't know. It's just really bizarre. Look at this right here. Goes around. Now, when you invert this, watch what happens. It looks like a simple rock. Now, people would say, well, that's just the outside of it you're seeing. And you're right. But why does this, like right here, you'll see like this arch, and it comes down. It almost looks like it's been inverted. When I do this, it suddenly has a shape to it. It actually looks like it's like pots laying over pots. Like it's like this is the real deal. Like this is the real picture. Now you guys can give me your take on this because I'm not saying it's etched in stone and that's what it is. I'm just saying that's the way it appears to me. There's another thing too I wanted to show you guys. It looked like some other parts laying around. Right, it should be next to this little cube here. Let's do this. Should be down here. Okay, right over here. It should be down here. Okay. Look at this again. Right here, it's kind of rounded. And it has this roundness or space there, another space. Excuse me. And then you've got this right here. Goes in here. Now look at the way this looks symmetrical. Like it goes like this. Comes down, comes down. And this looks like it's kind of connected to it. And look at this. It comes down, goes like this, has this curvature. Another bent piece or something like that goes up to here. It almost like that looks like this is the real deal. This is the real picture. It kind of looks like it. Look, see how it's like hidden behind whatever this is. I don't know. I'm just saying that's what it appears to be. Now, I'm not saying that is, but it's just weird how it just looks crystal clear. I'm going to add some color to it right now. Well, not right there, but let's do it right. Let's do it right here. Right there. And you see like this, like it just seems like there's something behind whatever this is. And when you go to here, it just kind of looks like, it's just pixelated rock. It doesn't look like nothing more. And you guys could be right. I mean, it could very well just be that. But it's just kind of odd how things just look crystal clear and just standing out. Look at that. So it makes you wonder if these have been inverted. So I just figured I'd throw that at you. You can just throw some thoughts around. I'm not saying that's what it is. But when you see something that just looks hidden behind other things, you just can't help but to say, is this really the real deal? And that other picture isn't? Like I said, this is just coming down. Comes around this way here. And in these other parts, look at this. The way this comes along. It just, to me, it looks more natural. And when you look at this right here, it looks like a simple rock. See, like you're just seeing the outline? Well, why are you seeing an outline like it's like, it's almost like it's, I don't even know how to explain it, but it actually is. It looks like it's just like a thick bar outline kind of thing going to it, as opposed to like it's like you just see like it's just something sticking out right here. You don't see that in here. It's like it's all pixelated out. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it just strikes me weird how some of these things just stand out like that, like this, like stuff over stuff. And it's stuff, it's like mechanical parts all the way inside this. I mean, like it's been partially hidden. Another piece. Another piece. They just look like they're behind something, if you know what I mean. There was something else up here. I don't know what the heck this is. See, like the way this kind of goes down like this here, has this thick frame kind of thing going on. See, there's 1, 2. Let me see what that is when we go back. See, like you don't even see that. It's like it's not even there when you invert. So you know something's being hidden in here. If everything stayed the same, here's a good example. When you look at these here, and I'm just going to back out just a hair bit. When you look at these right here, that's the actual rocks. See these right here? Rock, rock, rock. Now watch this. Rocks. Because they're dark, now they'll be lighter. That makes sense to me. See it? Boom, boom, boom. But when you go into this whole area up at the top, everything looks just totally different. It just totally looks different. Like I said, just things that look like they're hidden. I don't know. Like I said, you guys give me a take on that. I mean, it's no big deal. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Now, let me go up to this back here because this is bizarre. This right here, especially this part and this part here. Now, watch this. Let's go to this first one because this looks like, to me, it looks like some kind of weird opening to like a tunnel or some kind of overhang, almost like kind of like a carport we'd see here. And And I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying it looks like an overhang and there's some stuff under it. Now, it just, I mean, look at the way this thing shows like this here. Goes down, down. Looks like it has supports all the way running down it. See it? And it goes all the way here into the ground. Now, is that what it is? And it looks like there's some things under it, or caved in or something like that. But let me zoom in. Okay, and I actually give it a little bit of color here, so see if we could bring out some of this anyway. But it looks like there's something right here, goes across, has a corner to it. Something right here, right here. It looks like there's things underneath it. To me, this looks a little bit more natural. See that? Now, let's go to this other one here. This is another one that I think it's a little bit more bizarre than that one is. You look at this here and you go, okay, it kind of looks like an arch, but that doesn't look like something nature. So, let's zoom into that a little bit. And then right here, what's in front of it. Watch this. It has this weird archway and has what looks like there's something right in front of it. See how it's like nice and smooth and shaped? And it has these weird little circles in front of that. Now, I don't know what this thing is or what these are, but look at the way this kind of goes nice and natural like this here. And there's something else been blotched there, but it goes like here, boom, down, goes across, circle, nicely smooth shape. Something else. You can see how like nice and smooth that gray, lighter gray is. Look at that. Come on. That just doesn't look like a... That doesn't... See the difference? This looks more natural to me. It just... it just does. Okay. So then we just do a little sharpening here. Right here. This one here also looks like there's something buried here. See this right here? Looks like there's something buried right there, and it goes across and goes back down. It has this weird stuff right here. Okay. Now I sharpen that up, and I sharpen up this back here because I don't know if you guys notice it, but look at the way this runs across here. Runs all the way up, and there's some weird thing that goes all the way across this picture. Look at it. Now, not the first line, because that's all, like, you'll see this right here. Watch this. Well, let's do it this way. Go to the top. See how it's got, like, this weird scaling on the top of the picture? That's not what I'm talking. I'm referring to the lower part. So you can't go by that top one. That's crap. But see how, like, it has, like, this goes down, boom, stops. And I can't tell, look, but it looks like there's, like, individual parts coming down from it. See that? And it goes all the way the heck across. So I don't know what this stuff is. But now, I said before, like the other pictures I had, what it looks like, not the base of Mount Sharp, looked like a railing type thing. Now, I'm not saying that that's what this is, but it's just odd that has these lines, boom, comes down. It's just random lines. So, yeah, I mean, it's anybody's guess what this stuff is. But, okay. Now, I do actually sharpen this up a bit. See that? Kind of goes across. Now, it could be nothing. It could be just simple lines in the picture and stuff like that. But, I mean, you try to bring this stuff out if you can. And I go right across here. Okay. Now, let's sharpen all of this. See how we went across. It actually has a tint of blue right there. Okay. Now, I try to bring this stuff out here because the idea is to try to bring anything out. Look at like these circles and what look like stuff laying around. See, this goes across. Comes down, comes down. Like I said, this weird archway thing, this here. I mean, it's just too perfect to be nothing, like just a simple rock. Because like I said, you go from that, come on. It just doesn't look like it's just simple rocks to me. Now, I try to do in here a little bit to try to sharpen it up a bit. And like I said, I did a little more on this side here. Now, to me, these things look like something more than just, typical rocks and stuff like that. I believe this thing's been inverted to begin with, and they laid all this crap color all over this stuff, to be honest with you. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying everybody has to go by it, but that's the way it looks to me. You know what I mean? So let me just jump back in. Go back out so we can get both of these things at the same time. Oops. Okay. Like I said, it looks more natural to me, and it looks like there's just stuff. Even this right here, I don't know if you guys can see this, but look at the way this thing looks. Goes up like this. Looks like it's been caved in. It goes back up, and then it comes back. It goes down right here, like in a valley kind of thing, and it goes back up and then down. What would do that? I mean, it's almost like something was there and it caved in from weight or something. I don't know. Is it possible that these are tunnels going into the underground? Is it just some kind of weird structure? Is it just trick of the eye? I don't know, guys. Like I said, you can just clearly see there's this weird, nice straight line, what looks like it supports and other things and the stuff laying underneath it. I don't know. You guys can give me your take on that stuff. I simply don't know. I actually darkened this up here a little bit, if you notice right there. Try to bring out what might be hiding in here. But again, you're going to see a lot of manipulation too, so you're not going to be able to pull that out. It's as simple as that. This, to me, is a bunch of crap right here, all in the middle here. And whatever's laying right here has actually been hidden. You can see where they just went like this. There's an actual line going right here where they just kind of like, well, no, just get rid of that and just scribble that out. See it right there? It's just barely noticeable, but you can see that. Now, when you see how it's just more defined. I don't know, guys. Like I said, just give me your take on it. Tell me what you guys think. I'm going to zoom in again because I didn't really zoom in it, to let you guys with the smaller devices see this here. Throw a little extra color in there. Like I said, it just looks too smooth. It just looks, again, it's been blotted out, but there's something right there. And like I said, I don't know if this is a structure, if it's some kind of weird tunnel that's been almost buried. Are they just, like I said, are they structures, buildings, whatever they may be? They just don't look like you would see it like a simple rock. Circles, stuff laying all over the place. I don't know. Is it, like I said, is it nothing more than trick of the eye? Going across, so on and so forth. Okay. And like I said, I went down to this part here, and this is where all these other weird shapes are in the ground. Looks like bent steel, and they all join. That's the funny part. It's not just a simple rock here. You can see how like this has been like I said, it's been inverted because you can see like it looks like nothing, but it looks like it's been like chewed away on the regular picture. But then when you do this, it's actually individual, looks like parts of steel. I don't know. And like I said, with this here, see how like this, it looks like it's really symmetrical, like almost like a complete circle, except for right over here, but comes down, down, down. I don't know. Like I said, there's these, and these two rocks over here. Right, these right here. I'm just going to jump in a little bit more, but see how like it looks like this weird writing goes across, and then it just, these are not just squiggly lines. They look like they have a purpose. There's something there. Like this one goes like this, 1, 2, and then it's in this rock, and it looks more squared off. Like it doesn't look like, see how like it just looks like, again, looks like a sloppy, pixelated garbage rock, and then all of a sudden it just has this weird clarity to it. I don't know. But like I said, guys, always check these things out because, people go, well, they're just rocks. Yeah, until you really get into them. I mean, if it was just a bunch of squiggly lines going across, I'd say it's just cracks in the rocks. And that would make sense to me. But that's not the way it appears. It doesn't look like it's just squiggly lines. It has shape to them. I don't know. As I said, you guys can give me your take on this thing. And again, you guys will get the link. You guys know that, as always. And I'm going to jump right out of this picture, and there it is. You guys can give me your take on this stuff. Let me know what you think. I'd be curious. Especially my theory about, does it look like it's like a hollowed out ground where you can see parts kind of like coming through these openings? You guys can give me your take on it. Am I far-fetched? Are they nothing more than rocks or just trick of the eye? I don't know. I find a lot of this stuff, it's not easy to explain away. Let's just put it that way. It just doesn't look like something you just go, yeah, it's simply nothing. There's something more than just nothing there. But again, that's why you guys are like on this stuff hardcore, and that's what I love about you guys. You guys give me your take on it. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. This is the reason why I'm here. I've said this 1,000 times, and I mean it. If you guys are just viewers and you want to, subscribe, please. Like I said, and you guys can stay apprised of what's coming up next, because I do have some wild ones coming up. I'm going to get a little bit more in depth and just newer pictures, as well as like I did with this older one. This is, like I said, this was Sol 101. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, again, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you next pick.